always 0.83. Okay? Now, it isolated your MRFA. Okay? It retains the center peak and it gets rid of the left and right side. And you did that with 99% efficiency, and that's okay. Okay? Now it fragments the MRFA to check that the shape is correct. Okay? Now what this is saying is, this is actually adjusting the voltage of the collision energy. When you type in 35%, okay, your instrument might be 1.7 volts, someone else's instrument might be 1.72 volts. Okay, so it's normalizing across every, then we failed. Okay, so I'm going to uncheck isolation, and I'm going to look at activation again. So I always rerun and test. Okay, now, this time we passed. So the only thing we failed is zoom scan. So, what I'm going to try to do is, I'm going to cheat.
So that's the last book in the series?
1822. So what I'm going to try to do is see... So I'm going to try to see if I can go to calibration and do just zoom scan. Okay? And my hope is that it won't find the 1822 peak and won't use it. This is not really cheating, but it's kind of, it's not exactly 100%. It found a peak at 8. Oh, you little jerk! You changed my mass range on me. Yeah.
Overrides the user. It's not like that too, where you can define what mass to go.
That kind of sucks. And here you can't. It's kind of unfortunate that we can't knock out the. So we'll probably fail again. Now it's calibrating the quadrupolar to get mass correct. Success. Cool. Now we have all greens. Okay. How's your syringe? We got plenty? We got plenty. Cool. Okay, now. What we can do is we can let the FT do it on its own, or we can do it manual. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys the manual approach, because the cool thing about the manual is it's I can control which modes I calibrate. Okay. So this is an easy way not to calibrate the negative ions. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, if you look, okay, you've got 5 modes. We don't even try to calibrate the low mass negative modes. You'll see there's no 50 negative mode. Because
no peptide's going to be smaller than 400
So you're never going to run, you're only going to run full MS here, right? You're never going to do MS2 on the back end, correct? Okay, then all we've got to do is do the 190 plus.
Because of the frames, yeah.
Okay. So as long as you're not going to do MSMS on the FT? No. Okay. Okay. Now, you're never going to scan your first mass below 400. That's all I read. So we're going to go to the 190 plus. Okay. It's going to look for 195, 524, and the ultra marks between 1122 and 1722. Okay, now, on the instrument, you can only scan 1 decade on the FT ever. So you can go 190 to 1900. You can go.
One log.
Yeah, we use the term decade. Yeah, 1 log. Okay, that's a thermo term. So I'm going to flip to the FT. Okay, and I'm going to go 190 plus. So I'm going to go 191. That puts me onto the 3rd mass mode. It's always what the first mass is. That's what FM stands for. And
you have to do this before you do the manual.
Right, you want to. It's because I want to look at it. So I'm going to go 191 to 1910.
Why do you do by 1?
Because I want to make sure I'm greater than 190. It's not greater than or equal to, it's greater than 190. So now I know I'm on the high mass mode. Okay. I'm going to drop down to 25,000 resolution so we can actually scan a decent rate. Okay. Now, I have 524. I have all my ultra marks. Okay. Oh, there's some 1816 junk. And I'm curious, I've got some 195 even. Okay. So my stability looks pretty good and my IT time's nice. So I think I have a good chance of getting a good FT calibration.
What fluctuation in IT is
20%. We're getting a little. I don't know what that little kick me up was. So let's do ion transmission first. Okay. Now, what it's doing is it's calibrating the transfer offset. So it's calibrating these guys now. Okay. And we're looking for a maximum. So the blue is the true score. The red is kind of a boxcar smoothing. And this is the spectrum quality score I was talking about, where it adds up the height of the peaks that are on the list. Okay?
That's within a certain window, right?
Right. And you want this score to be at least 10,000.
What's that?
Those are just little burps in the electric spray. Okay. See, and those little burps aren't going to bother me. It's when you get a big, right now this is just bad transmission optics. Okay. When you get a big dump and it stays down for a while because your electric spray had a big bubble, that can screw up your plots. Now it's doing the multipole. So it's doing first this guy. So let's do an FT multipole 1. It's trying to find out what voltage on that multipole best transmits the ions.